So first of all, I wanna apologize for my behavior. And girl, I wanna let you know that I can be your savior. But girl, I just hope that this is true, 'cause girl, I really care about you. Yeah. But first, let me say, that I'm sorry for my crying. And I'm sorry, but it's okay. Girl, I'm sorry for my crying. But I'm sorry, but it's okay. Yeah, I'm sorry for my crying. And I'm sorry, but it's okay. And girl, I just want you to stay, yeah. I just want you, yeah. I want you to stay, yeah. So hey, y'all. Turn more back here again. First of all, I do want to apologize because, here's what happened. I was trying to film this video. It's been taking me a few tries. And, the sun was literally up. And I like having some sunlight in my videos sometimes. But because of the, like I said, daylight saving time, I kind of have to wait a little bit because it's such a blur sometimes. It's so blurry and you can see the sun just flashing and beaming. So it kind of messes up my video sometimes. However, I want to talk about something, and I'm pretty sure you should understand it by now, what I'm about to talk about. And it's kind of surprising because I've never really talked about it on my channel before, but I want to talk about crying. But specifically, I want to talk about why crying is okay. Now today, I'll admit, today has not been the best day for me. Today has not, I don't know, man. Today has been filled with so many ups and downs. I don't know what to say, but today has not overall been the best day or a good day for me. However, nevertheless, hey, you still, like I said, I always recommend you that you try to find some goodness or try to find some good things in your day, no matter how bad it may be. And simply one of the easiest things you can think about, especially if you're still alive, is the fact that you woke up that day. So be thankful for that. And to really get into this, this idea really comes from watching Castaway. Now, today I watched a scene from Castaway that literally made Castaway the first movie I ever cried on. Now, Castaway, to make a long story short, there's this man, he gets stuck on an island, and eventually he gets out. He gets out, So it's not really a spoiler. Like, everybody knows that he eventually gets out. So, long story short, he gets so lonely, and it becomes so mentally frustrating for him that he makes this volleyball a real person and becomes his friend. He names it Wilson. So after Wilson, is living his life, they go off onto the sea, and once they get on the sea, unfortunately Wilson gets off the boat. So Tom Hanks' character tries to jump into the water, tries to save Wilson. Fortunately, he can't. And that was the first movie that I cried on. And the reason why I want to tell you all that crying is okay is because crying is a very human expression. It's a human expression. It's a very understandable, very relatable human expression. And this happens to all of us. And I'll admit, I literally watched that scene today and I cried again. So it's an expression that I will say is very relatable. It's a very empathetic expression. So in other words, a lot of people have done it before. A lot of people know exactly what it is. They know what crying feels like. And it's not always good. It doesn't always feel good to cry. Let's put it like that. Because I said it's okay to cry. And simply because you are you're releasing that pain, the sorrow, you're releasing the negativity that is trapped up in your body. Because eventually it's gonna come out anyways. And the thing is that the more you let that negativity and that sorrow and that pain build up in you, it just makes things worse. I know from experience, that's why we literally cry sometimes, because it feels like we are physically getting rid of sorrow, getting rid of pain. It is just a physical expression of drowning out and getting out of and letting this pain go. And that's really what it is. Because crying is something that, like I said, you are probably bound to cry in your life. All right. And crying, it's just a process of this, salinity type or very salty like liquid that comes out of your eye. This very salty liquid that comes out, and it might arrive in a few drops. And that's tough. That's tough. It might arrive in a few drops. Might arrive in one drop, and you'll see that single drop fall on the ground is very dramatic. Hey, it happened to me. I was crying. All of a sudden, one drop hits the bed. I see the bed. That one drop is on the bed, and that's how it was for me. And that's the thing. It's like crying. Not only that, we sometimes cry in groups, and the reason why is because we're releasing that pain as a group, and even when you're releasing that pain as a group and that frustration and sorrow, it feels good as a group. And really, just overall, that's why it's simply okay to cry. It is a human thing. Also, all of us are human. We need to get past that too. We need to not even necessarily get past it. We need to just understand it. We need to understand the fact that all of us are human, and that crying is simply, it's okay. Like, crying is something that, all of us do. People do it about every day. And crying is just something that, hey, it's a human thing. It's a human expression. And it feels good to release. That's why crying is so positive. And usually, you cry about happy things. And so it's not always just this expression of just sadness. It can be an expression of joy, enjoyment, happiness, because sometimes when you're happy, you become emotional, and it's an emotional action. So if you feel that you need to cry, cry. Like, it is okay, it is fine. If you want to cry, hey, cry. Even crying in public, hey, I've had to deal with hearing friends cry on the phone. I will cry in public. I've been surrounded by crying before. Hey, it's something that, like I said, it's very human. It's a beautiful thing in reality. And that's what I'm saying. To make a long story short, crying is okay. It's good. It's a positive thing. And it just really helps you release. And yeah. So let's turn more back here again. Maybe you cried during this video. I don't know. But I know that you viewer there, right there. Yeah, you've cried before, probably. And all I want to say is that, look, it's okay. I cried too. But there's some more back here again. And I want to say, hey, it's okay to cry. And if you have to cry, cry. I'll see you all later.